Tonight on Newsbeat. A protest outside of the student union left some students feeling unsafe. Students are getting their voices heard with student government elections opening. And one local community is making light of some hard times. All this and more. Your Thursday Newsbeat starts now. Welcome to your Thursday Newsbeat. I'm Audrey Foster.
And I'm Charlie Thomas.
Last night, pro-Palestine activists protested outside of the student union, where there was an event taking place with Israeli soldiers. A protest erupted at the student union last night after a speech from an Israel Defense Forces soldier. The soldiers came to campus as a part of a tour of college campus around the U.S. They spoke with the campus organization known as Students Supporting Israel, or SSI. Members of the SDS who organized the protests call for reform and accountability from the LSU administration.
And it really is reprehensible that LSU would allow such a genocidal terrorist on campus as though they're just some normal person. And so us coming out here to protest them, to demand the event shut down, to not give them a moment of rest with all our noise, that represents the students' commitment to
Members of the SSI recount how they felt during the protest.
They started banging on the windows of the union, and I don't know if they were told to stop, whatever. Then they were chanting, "Long live the Intifada." And that's where me, as a Jewish person, I completely crack. That's it. And then they were also saying "slash the Zionist state." That's calling to kill Israel, which is the Jewish state and the Jews.
This is still a developing story. Students definitely making their voices heard, and another way students can push for representation has just reopened.
Yeah, that's right, Audrey. Student government is back in session, with them accepting applications for candidates interested in their legislature. Ends this Friday, and then the election commission, led by Henry Hanks, will review the applicants and present the final list for students to vote.
I think it's important for students to have a say in people that represent them at the university, even if it's a student organization. I mean, student government is meant to represent all students on campus, and I think it's important that students have an input and say on who their student senators are, what they're writing whether it's going to them for resolutions or bills or whatever.
Students interested in running for a position can visit their Instagram at LSU_SG elections or email them at sgelections@lsu.edu. But LSU student government isn't the only thing getting a renovation.
No, Charlie, it's not. Build Baton Rouge, an organization created by state statute in 2007, is actively working to reduce issues in the city.
North Baton Rouge is an economically distressed and neglected area. The redevelopment program Build Baton Rouge received $140,000 from the Delta Regional Authority to launch a plan for economic development in North Baton Rouge communities. The plan includes two main sites, Plank Road and Scenic Highway. Daryl Franklin lives in a neighborhood off Plank Road. He shared his thoughts on the area's issues.
They don't have any activities for kids, right? Other than the kids are basically walking around with nothing to do. I'm not just talking about teenage kids. I'm talking about they don't have it. They put up a park right here, the small miniature park right there on Erie and Acadia. Erie and Plank right there, right? But the only thing about it is they don't have anything to attract the kids to come there.
This park has some new greenery and a few planter boxes, but like Franklin said, it has nothing to attract children. Franklin also mentioned that the constant construction and road work discourages people from coming to the area or opening any business or store. Build Baton Rouge is addressing issues like these. Chief Operating Officer Marley Miller explained the plan.
How can we, engage the community to plan for redevelopment at those sites and lay the infrastructure groundwork so that we can bring in things like, groceries and anchor tenant, how we can bring in commercial opportunities and economic opportunities for those communities in ways that would be catalytic for future growth.
Miller also said Build Baton Rouge plans to improve the bus stops and transportation system. Franklin mentioned this issue as well.
What you might say, they would have better when it comes to after hours, like after 9, say between 10 and 5 in the morning, because there's a lot of people who needs to get to and from work at that time.
North Baton Rouge is in need of a lot of work, but this money from the DRA allows Build Baton Rouge to create a plan for development based on the community's needs.
While the $140,000 grant is only enough to create a plan, it is still essential. Well, I heard, Charlie, that there is also another special thing going on in our community.
Yeah, that's right. With the government shutdown officially cutting SNAP benefits, millions of Americans are wondering where their next meal may come from. And Chicken Salad Chicks has opened their doors, offering free kids meals until SNAP funds are restored. Families can dine in and receive up to 5 kids meals, hot or cold, no purchase necessary, no questions asked.
That it would be a great opportunity for us and the other stores to give families the opportunity who need it for their kids to come in and eat free. We know that the SNAP benefits haven't been restored, so we figured it would be a good way to get in touch with the community.
Shutdown or not, the Chicks at Chicken Salad aren't letting any child go hungry. Coming up, a rivalry looms in Bryant-Denny, how the Tigers are looking to change their luck over the weekend.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our every day.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
You need some help?
Your tow chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfire.
And now, a Tiger Sports Update.
Welcome to the Tiger Sports Update. I'm Carlin Theory, and let's get right to it. Whether you like Colin Baton Rouge or Dixieland Delight, this SEC rivalry is nothing new. Gearing up for this game against Alabama, let's look at the two QBs, Garrett Nussmeier and Ty Simpson. Looking at their stats, Simpson has a clear advantage with a 67% completion and 2,184 passing yards, compared to Nussmeier with 62% completion and 1,806 passing yards. But now that LSU is no longer eligible for the playoffs, they have nothing on the line. This game could very well be a trap game. If Garrett can be more consistent and precise with his throws, this could give Alabama a run for their money. In other news, the PMAC is on fire this week with basketball season openers. The Lady Tigers dominated against Houston Christian on Monday with a final score of 108-55. Let's not forget about the men's basketball, who defeated Tarleton State last night 96-60. Tonight, the Lady Tigers will challenge Southeastern Louisiana at 7 p.m. in the PMAC. LSU soccer is currently on a 9-game unbeaten run and have advanced to the semifinals of the SEC tournament, where they are currently up 3-1 over Mississippi State. The Tigers are ranked in the top 25 for the first time since 2021 and looking to clinch a spot in the final against either Vanderbilt or Georgia. Well, that's all the time I have for your Tiger Sports Update. Next at 5, LSU celebrates an underrepresented group of students as a way to support and encourage their dreams.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
You need some help?
Your toe chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
You know, Audrey, sports seems to get a lot of attention here on campus.
It does, but the focus seems to be on a different group of students. This week is National First Generation College Students Celebration Week here at LSU. Reporter Taylor Garcia takes us inside the event to show us how LSU is supporting those students' dreams.
Thanks, guys. LSU's First Generation Student Program has been working non-stop this week to help make sure first-gen students are ready to navigate college. Starting college as a first-generation student is very daunting, with so many choices and faces around.
You kind of come in as a first-generation student, you're coming in with a clean slate, right? Nobody gives you a guidebook of how to act in college, what to do, what plus to do, right?
This is where LSU's First Gen Forward Network comes in. Since joining the national network in 2024, the team has been looking for ways to help students connect with helpful resources.
It's kind of one of those things like, I wish I had this when I was a student. And so now to be able to do this for the future students is just so rewarding.
Torres has been a part of the First Gen team since 2022, when they held a single celebration banquet for student networking. First Gen Celebration Week started out as something very small, but over the past year, it's grown from 5 events to 16.
This year we were saying, let's expand that and invite campus partners who we know and that way are excited about this work and to share their resources during this time.
For many First Gen students, events like these serve as a reminder that they're not navigating college alone. If you're interested in learning more information, check out LSU First Generation's website or email lsufirstgen@lsu.edu. Reporting for Tiger TV, I'm Taylor Garcia.
The LSU First Gen Network also has mentor programs in the spring to connect First Gen students with First Gen professionals. Applications for those opened on November 1st.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight's Newsbeat. To stay up to date on LSU news and sports, be sure to follow all of our socials at LSU Tiger TV.
And tune in to our shows every Monday through Thursday live at 5. Until next time, I'm Audrey Foster.
And I'm Charlie Thomas. Have a great night, Tigers.